What's up guys, Toby here, back with another video, and today I'm going to give you 5 no-nos when making your next smartphone purchase. Now these are just thoughts I have. I'm sure you have others, so leave them in the comment section below. Or if you disagree with me, let me know why. Also, go ahead and subscribe somewhere so that you don't miss future videos. So let's get started. Number 5, don't buy a phone with less than 16 gigs of internal storage. If you have less than 16 gigs, you probably have 8. And if you only have 8 after operating system and pre-installed apps, you probably have more like 4. That's just not enough space, and even with micro SD card expansion for moving some apps off, you're going to run out of storage and you're going to be disappointed. Number 4 ties into number 5. You don't want to buy a phone with less than 2 gigs of RAM. The memory is what allows your phone to function smoothly and multitask easily, even if the processor maybe isn't the fastest one available. With less than 2 gigs of RAM, you probably only have 1. And in 2016, smartphones that have less than 2 gigs of RAM, well, they're not budget smartphones, they're cheap phones. I would suggest you steer clear. Number 3, don't buy a phone that's too big. Now everyone is making a 5.5-inch screen or even larger, and even those of us with big hands sometimes struggle to hang on to that phone and use it without fear of dropping it. If you've never used a phone that large, try one. If your friend has a similar phone, or if you can try that phone before you buy it. If all else fails, go on eBay and buy a case for it. A $5 cheap case for you to find out if the phone fits your pocket, your purse, your lifestyle. It's a small investment to make. And look at it this way. If you do decide to buy the phone, you have a cheap case to use until you find something better. Number 2, don't overspend. It's very tempting every year to pick up one of the $600, $700, $800 flagship phones. Sometimes they cost even more. Before you carried a smartphone, you probably didn't have the world's greatest camera in your pocket. Is it really necessary to have the world's greatest camera in your pocket for Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook? Probably not. Lay that money out on a table and think about just how much cash that is. And if you can't do that because you're going to charge the phone or use a payment plan, that's probably another red flag to indicate it might be too much to spend. And number 1, if you're going to consider buying used, do not buy from an unprotected site like Craigslist. Now, there are lots of cell phones available on Craigslist, but you never know what you're going to get. You may get home with a phone that has water damage, that's glitchy, that just doesn't quite work like it should. Or even worse, you could be picking up one of the many clones that are out there. For a lot of the current high-end smartphones, there are knockoffs that are almost impossible to tell apart until you start trying to use them. So I highly recommend steering clear of sites like Craigslist. Now, this is certainly not a sponsored video, but I personally have sold and bought from swappa.com. It's always been good to me. I've gotten good products. I've gotten good prices for devices that I've sold. And before you consider going through apps like LetGo or sites like Craigslist, consider swappa.com. So that's it, guys. That's 5 things that I think you should really consider, 5 no-nos when making your next smartphone purchase. So if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have some other suggestions, and again, be sure you subscribe. All of that helps the channel greatly, and I look forward to bringing more good content and information for you very soon, including a video of 5 doo-doos. That doesn't sound right. 5 do's when you make your next smartphone purchase. See you in the next video. 5 doo-doos? Really?